Hi once again. No, this is not a video on lamps, telephones or anything else, but on this charger which I was hoping to get. I wanted this to be able to charge up the batteries for the camera that I'm using. It's the one that I use on high definition. Anyhow, to get back to it, I have always had a little grumble about services provided by certain sellers within the UK. I've had a lot of sellers that have just, well, they have not been very good. Sellers I get from abroad seem to be much better, and all my troubles have been from sellers that are in England. Anyway, let's get to the nitty-gritty, as they say. This item, home car charger, was paid for and ordered on the, I'm checking my notes because I'm not very good at remembering things. This was ordered on the 11th of January. That was a time ago. And what I couldn't understand was it was said to be, or was said to be being sent from China. Well, funny enough, the next note I had was a tracking number, and the tracking number was sent by Royal Mail on the 12th of January. So I don't know how they can send the item from China and it comes via Royal Mail. Perhaps someone can explain it. I may be a bit thick, but I try to use common sense, and to me that doesn't make sense. Anyhow, cutting the story shorter, I thought, well, okay, let's wait and see if it arrives. Well, funny enough, on the tracking, it said that it had been delivered on the 20th of January. Delivered on the 20th of January. So I thought, I haven't had a look in the port to see if anything's arrived. And when I looked, nothing at all. I checked with neighbours, with all the obvious places where it could have been dumped, even checked in the bin in case they'd put it in the bin. I wouldn't put it past them to do anything stupid like that. No, it wasn't there. So I thought, right, well, I'll check my closed circuit TV to see if it had been delivered and someone had nicked it. Highly unlikely, but, well, okay, go through the action. The results were nothing wrong. Nothing was seen on closed circuit TV. So which makes me think, where has the package gone? Anyway, as far as I know, when a package is delivered, normally they take a photograph of it, more or less for their own safety, to prove that it has been delivered. Well, whether this was photographed, I don't know. I don't think it was, because if it wasn't delivered, how could it have been photographed? Or was it photographed in the van? I don't know. Anyhow, the long and short, once again, is that the package was never delivered as far as I'm concerned. I'm very, very upset about this because I paid out £11.30 for the item, which in my opinion was a reasonable price. There's the actual item. I'll put a close-up of it. The seller was supposed to be very, very good. Anyhow, eBay has got this, or at least I think they've got it, to try and sort it out. Today, which is the, check my date, is the 31st of January. They don't seem to have done anything at all. So I'm rapidly losing faith in both this seller and eBay, and it looks like I may have chucked that money straight down the drain, which is not very nice. Anyhow, I've been honest as I can. Now, my opinion is that there's a fiddle going on somewhere along the line, which could have been a scam. I can't imagine this company would have scammed me. But anyhow, I just don't know. So anyway, has anyone else got any information like that, which they've had problems? Am I going to get any help from eBay? It looks now that I'm not going to get anything. I'm an honest person, and surely they can see that this has never been delivered. And another thing is, the sender suggested I rang up Royal Mail. Well, that's not my job to ring up Royal Mail. And anyhow, I don't know how to, because they don't give out those numbers. It's down to the sender whether it was sent from China, which I sometimes doubt. The thing written down was that it was in China. And I don't know, I'm just completely confused. I think it's about time that people became honest about these tracking numbers. To me, they're a farce, a real farce, and they don't necessarily mean that a package has been sent. And by the way, I did give this seller a negative feedback. That negative feedback hasn't appeared, which is very strange. I thought when you gave a negative feedback, that would appear. Well, in this case, it did not appear. So there again, what is going on? I'm not very happy with the whole arrangement that they've done with this. I, as an innocent party, a pensioner to boot, so I haven't got money to waste, spend out this item. All right, it's not going to break the bank. It's more principle than anything. And I don't get anything. So if anyone else has got any comments about this, I'll tell you why I wanted this charger. As you know, I do the YouTubes quite a bit. And I just needed extra fast way of charging the batteries, which, by the way, are quite good. And this item looks very good. I'd like to see it in my hand, but this is going to be, I think, a pipe dream. So anyhow, once again, a little rant. I'm sorry to put these little rants up, but it's necessary at times. And I said before, I'm just reading my notes. It looks like it could have been a scam, but I don't know. There's so many scams going on. You have to be wary. Every time my phone rings, the landline rings, 9 times out of 10, it's a scam. This country seems to live on scams. Anyhow, that's all I've got to say. I'd be very grateful if anyone's got any ideas about this. What should I do? How do I further get in touch with eBay? Mind you, they might come back with an answer, but it seems a long time. Anyhow, thanks again. Sorry to be a miserable so-and-so, but I do like to think that I'm being treated fairly, and in this case, anything but fairly. I was treated as though I was the villain of the piece, and that it has been delivered and I've nicked it somehow. Well, that is not the case. And well, anyhow, have a little look. Any ideas, let me know. I'm hoping this will arrive at some time. One sure thing is, if I have to order another one, it will not be from this seller. Although they've got excellent feedback, well, they say they have. How true it is, I don't know. To say a negative feedback, they deleted, so I don't know what is going on. What's the point of putting a negative feedback? I would say, what's the point of putting any feedback? It seems to be a complete waste of time. I don't even know if the seller is in England or in China. I think he's in China, but why the local post? Anyhow, thanks again. Sorry about my little rant. This will probably cause a bit of amusement, and hopefully people will look at it and probably say, oh, that silly old sod, he's having another moan. Well, yes, I am having a moan, but I think for a good reason. Anyhow, thanks again for listening and putting up with it. Thank you. Thank you again.